And we are live. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to stream a little bit of Monster Hunter. We got some new quests that dropped tonight. I'm super stoked to dive in and check them out. We're going to be doing the Rathian one because we want that really cool alpha helmet. Well, I shouldn't say really cool. It's a helmet that I want. I don't know if it's actually a good helmet, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it. All right, the stream looks good, so I don't have to watch myself. Okay. So I have been doing an excessive amount of guides online for this game. Lots and lots of content. Some of it more received better than some of the other stuff, and that's fine. I'm not heartbroken by it. I love this game so much that I'm going to be playing it, and I'm going to be doing content for it, whether or not you watch or not. Darn it, and that's okay. I wanted to go over my kit with you guys and do a little bit of housekeeping stuff, and then we're going to dive right into one of the new quests. So I'm pretty excited to see what we get for today. So the new bounties here, we got some new limited bounties. We'll go ahead and start chipping those away. I just like to collect them to see what they are really quick. I'll grab some rations here, nothing exciting. And we'll go into the tent first, and I'll go ahead and show you my latest loadout. I've been grinding pretty hard on this game. I decided to go two-tone. I was all blue. I think the last set of guides I did, I was wearing the Kangara armor. I have switched over to what I will say is my near final form. We're getting really close to some really good stuff here, but let's go ahead and take a look. I am rocking an almost complete set of the Udra armor. I really love the way that it layers. I know this game suffers from clipping. I am a sword and board guy, so when I have my shield and sword on my back, it does clip out a little bit. Obviously, my gloves clip through a little bit. I've just accepted in Monster Hunter clipping is a thing. I used to pick my armor set based on lack of clipping. I've given up on that. I'm just going to rock the clipping, and I don't even care. But you can see even like my undercoat here kind of clips a little bit through my cape. But I love that look. It is so cool to me. I'm not a huge fan of the helmet with the multiple eyes. I would have been fine with just the two, but I get what they were going for. The big difference here is that I am starting to switch over to the Arkveld set, which you're looking at here. And I decided I'm going to be red when those are done. So we're going full rarity 7 on the Udras, and we're starting to pivot over into rarity 8 on the Arkveld. And then for my weapon, I am rocking the maxed out rarity 8 sword and board, the Firetail Fornax. I'll actually go over to the blacksmith really quickly and show you that progression tree. And then we'll go ahead and dive into our fight for the night. So let's say hi to Gemma, and I will show you guys. This is what I'm currently rocking right now, the Fire Trail Fornax. I picked it because I really wanted a fire weapon. When you hit with a fire weapon, it does this kind of explosion. It's just a really cool effect. It sounds really cool, and it's fun to look at. I wouldn't necessarily say that fire is particularly the best element to have. There's a lot of discussion on that, and if you're super hardcore, I guess you're just going to go down the list and pick every single element so that you're covered. But fire seemed to do more damage than some of the other weapons. I mean, I understand these are like pure white weapons, like, you know, no affinity here, or I'm sorry, no element here, right? Just straight attack. But I decided that I wanted to get a little bit of the fire damage, so I scooped it up. Plus, it looks cool. I think it's just a cool set. Yeah, it didn't have to start too far either. That was kind of nice. Basically started over here and was able to just kind of leapfrog rarities up until the end. Surprisingly, the hardest thing I had to get was the Hide Plus. That took me a lot longer than I thought it would, but everything else I had. So pretty happy with that. And then for my secondary weapon, I am rocking a light bow gun, which I don't really use an awful lot. I'm trying to get better with it. I am working towards getting the final form of that, the rarity 8. I need to get just a little more webbing, and then obviously another hunter, a couple more hunter symbols, which those are not that hard to do. But I just wanted to max that out. I've been using this mostly for targeted damage. So going over to my armor, I'll show you what I was talking about. As I was working through the new Udra armor for the Meyer Mail, you'll notice that the armor requires Horn Plus 5. You only get that from breaking an enemy's head, specifically you know, the Udra's head, right? And with the sword and board, you're not really doing a lot of head damage. You're mostly walking the perimeter, kind of cutting down their tentacles. So as a result, I wasn't really getting any horn damage. So I was like, you know, or head damage to get the horn. So I was like, you know what I need to do? I need to pick a weapon where I can target my damage. So the natural thing was either to go bow and arrow, which I rocked a little bit in Rise, but I figured this time I would give the light bowgun a chance, and it's okay. I don't know if I love it. I don't really use it an awful lot, but it's nice to have in the background, just in case, you know, there's something I want to do. I'm still working on all my talismans. I just hit HR. I'm close to HR 50 if I'm not quite there, so I could start doing the level 2 talismans. So I'm not ready to like min and max those quite yet, but I am pretty ecstatic with pretty much everything else that I have gotten, and I feel like I'm getting in a pretty good place. So I'm happy with the way my build is kind of slowly progressing, and you know, I'm just enjoying this game. And I feel like when I get to the end, I'll probably do more guides. I'll probably do like SOS help for a while. I'll just go help other hunters who need it. And then maybe start leveling up a different weapon. But I really knew when I played through the beta, I knew that I really wanted to be sword and board. That was definitely the one that stuck out to me the most. And I was like, you know, I'm going to commit to sword and board. That's what I've done. And I've played pretty much exclusively with that. And I've been okay with that. I'm going to take the heat guard with me. So on my loadouts, the only difference is that one of them has one of them is rocking cool drink, and one of them is rocking the fire drink. That's it. And then go bag is just neither of those. It works out well. I don't really use a lot of stuff. I've kind of become a minimalist in this game. I think there's a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily, I don't want to say I don't care about, because I do. But I think a lot of it is I know what I need, and I really only need a couple things to get by. A lot of stuff I pick up, just items out in the field, and I don't use the radial as much as I thought I would. I'm actually almost completely reverted back to the quick menu on the bottom right, which is fine for me. And I've been doing pretty good with that. So we're going to go ahead and chat with Alma, and we are going to get this show on the road. So I believe it is an event quest, and we are going to be doing the one right now, like a fire hidden by sand. And this is a Rathian. This is a HR 9 or higher, so this guy's going to be pretty soft. And this is going to give us one of the unique rewards. So we're going to jump into that. Even though I'm going to do all of them, the Lala Barina, I'm going to have to probably farm a few times. You can see I have it marked. I don't know what I need that quest for specifically, but I need it for something. I'm not really sure. Probably some wish list item that I made up, and that's okay. So we're just going to go ahead and dive in. We'll post the quest. Unfortunately, not a single one of my friends plays this game with me, and I have begged and borrowed and pled for any of my friends to join me. Nobody wants to play with me, and that's okay. I will play by myself. I usually do SOS only if I need it. My Palico has gotten pretty good. Little Chloe over here was originally supposed to be Deathstroke the Terminator. I have now put... I want it to be a girl, but I think it's a guy. I have put the monkey outfit on her because I think it looks funny. He's got the banana rang weapon there, which is cute, and then a monkey on his butt. So he's loaded up. So we're going to switch over to our potion, make a potion, and go ahead and get ready. I don't know if I'm going to need the fire potion. If I do, I will pop over to it. Based on this biome, I don't think I will. And man, I can tell you right now, God, I miss playing this on my Pro. I'm playing it downstairs on my OG PS5 because that's where my streaming setup is. I can definitely tell some of the textures look a lot more rough. But, you know, I love this game so much. I don't care. When I get into the zone, a lot of that goes away, and it's just that really fun dance of going back and forth with an enemy. So we'll go ahead and start off with the world-famous sneak attack. And we'll get this show on the road and see what kind of damage we can do against this guy. Basically with sword and board, what I'm trying to do is my 4-hit combo into my my finisher, if I can. The problem is these damn monsters are wiggle worms. And they move around a lot, but if I can hit the 4, you'll see me try to pull off with a kind of a final attack there. But the tempo kind of falls apart, especially on flying monsters that get airborne quickly, because you end up missing that last attack, and it kind of throws everything off. Since I'm not really too that concerned about kind of like breaking him down, I just want to kill him. I'm not going to be going for significant shield damage like I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and heal up. I got poison here. Okay, I'm not going to heal up. He's going to hit me. Oh, that's the other thing too. I try not to use my sacred if I absolutely can avoid it. I know that sounds dumb. It's just like a little challenge I kind of made for myself. But I feel like I guess because I'm just an old soul in that. I just kind of run around and let my Palico tank and try to heal. I can't tell you the number of times, by the way, that I have died because I refuse to call my sacred to heal up, which I think is kind of funny. But I just think back to the old Monster Hunter where you kind of didn't do that, and that's okay. Looks like I got a buddy who's going to give me a hand here. That's fine. Let's see if I get getting some good critical damage on his side here. Now that fire, even as a low-level hunt, that fire will mess up your day. Let's go ahead and do some targeted damage here on his side. That's pretty good. He does have a weak tail, so I will see if I can try to cleave his tail. I don't remember him doing a significant amount of tail attacks. It seems like some monsters do more than others. It kind of depends, I think, on kind of how their AI is like programmed, if that makes sense. I missed that. See, I swung wide and I missed. That'll be some good damage there. But I'm going to try to focus on his tail, see if I can cut it off for you guys. Normally, if I was hunting a monster and I was really trying to harvest everything, I would go for more shield damage on his head. So that's the one thing I like about the shield, is you can do that bash damage on their head and usually get a nice stun or two off that. Another whiff. But I think that because he's flying so much, like I'm barely hitting that shield, or I'm barely hitting that tail. A longsword would be much better here. Let's see if I can get her on the backside here. There we go. So I'm trying to get the... Yeah, you see he's already weakened. There we go. His tail blew right off. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get that spinning Reaper hit on that last attack, if I can. That one's the kind of the money shot, so to speak. If I can pull that off, that's my preference. I think he's going to move. Yeah, let's go ahead and just harvest his tail up. Let him go. All right. I can grab my Sacred, and I'm going to switch over to my gun. And I'm going to see if I can get some shots on him while he's running away. Can I not do... Oh, no, he's going to stun. He's going to stun him. Oh, never mind. So that's what I mean. Like, a low-level hunt, I mean, I'm level 50. Like, I'm 10 times stronger than this thing. Like, or, I don't know. I don't know what the scaling actually is with another player. It's pretty significant. But, I mean, that was, what, a 3-minute hunt? That was pretty low. I didn't even get to shoot my gun. I'll pull it out and shoot real quick. There we go. 3-round burst for the win. Oh, he got his banana eaten. That's cute. I love the little interactions with those guys. It's so fun. Yeah, 4-minute hunt. I mean, that was just crazy. It was super fast. So I did it all for the Expedition headgear. I don't think I'm going to use it. It's just part of the Expedition set, but I like these quests that are going on with the rewards. You only have a week to finish them. HR9, I think, is a pretty good entry point for people because that is far enough into high level that you actually have to like try, essentially. I think that there's one in here that's a 21. We're going to do that next. But you got to keep in mind, I've been playing this game a long time. Not just this particular run, but I mean, like, Monster Hunter, I'm probably over 1,000 hours, I would say, collectively, or at least 500. And I know that by like some standards, there's going to be some people who are like, that's nothing, you know. That's probably true, but I've played all of the Monster Hunter experiences I have had 100% solo. And back then, you know, when I first started playing back in my day, actually, let's go get the Expedition headgear real quick. I want to see what that looks like. You know, back in my day, we never really had the Palico, the Sacred. You know, the things that helped you, they weren't that great. So as a result, I had to learn kind of how to play on my own. So I don't mind having other people jump in and participate with me. I'm fine with that. But, you know, generally, I think it's one of those things where I look back on it and I say, well, you know, I don't even know how I would play with people now, to be honest with you, but I've just always been a solo guy. So anyways, it looks like this is kind of interesting this time. It looks like for this, the Expedition headgear, it's not just a freebie. You actually have to go out and earn it. And what I mean by that is I got a Expedition headgear ticket, but it isn't a free, like when I did this one the last time, this little like fish thing that sits on your head, that was just basically you do it and you're done. Here, it looks like what they want you to do for the Expedition headgear alpha is they want you to actually grind it. So I'm going to have to fight that monster 3 different times to get 3 of the tickets. In doing so, I'll have enough to unlock it. But I got to admit, I guess because of my character's hair, I don't see anything. It looks like it's a pendant on the back of her head, but I have so much hair you don't even see it. Maybe a little bit behind her ear. Maybe a smidge behind my left ear. Let me switch over. I don't know. So anyways, I guess I didn't get it yet, which is fine. We'll move on to the next one. I love that they do these quests. It's just something to do. I think it brings a community together a little bit more. Let's go ahead and ramp it up significantly. Let's go ahead and take on the Lala Barina. That's a HR21 in the rain. I like that. We'll do a rain quest. I'm excited for that. We'll go ahead and get started on that one. I don't think I used enough of any of my buffs. I think I took 1 potion maybe, and maybe 1. Did I take 1 mega potion and 1 antidote? I think. So I'm fine. I don't need to, and my health buff is still pretty much maxed. So really no reason to go back, and we're just going for it. As a matter of fact, I mean, none of the auto sharpen after each quest, but honestly, my weapon was so like unused that honestly I could have just probably kept that going like without even if it didn't auto sharpen my weapon, I wouldn't have had to do it, I don't think, which is fine. But all right, so Lala Barina, I have never had any issues with the Lala Barina, like ever. I say that now, this will probably be like the worst hunt I've done, but we'll see what we can get done here. We'll start off with a sneak attack here. I love this sneak attack that they're like actively looking at you walk behind them like, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm getting ready to sneak attack you. But you could see every time I hit, that fire damage is making that explosion-y kind of, it's got a bassy sound to it. And I like, obviously the extra damage numbers are great. You're annoying. So pretty much with the Lala Barina, I feel like as long as you're not getting hit by the that little, I don't even know what those things are. They put you to sleep. That's the problem. That's the only time I've struggled with a Lala Barina, is you get hit by one of those things, you can't move, it messes up my blocks, I can't do anything, and then I end up just getting punished for like no good reason. But he doesn't look like he's in any mood to attack anybody. I don't know what. My Palico here is just kind of hanging out. They're like talking to each other. I think he's gonna invite him for dinner or something. It's like, hey, feel free to get in there and fight, dude. But I'm just kind of circling around, trying to get some punishing shots there on that spinning Reaper when I can. And we're just gonna keep wailing on him. He's not really attacking. It's kind of weird. He's just so confused. He's like, what is this guy doing? Just standing here in the rain, minding my business. Okay, I see some good damage there. We'll go ahead and pick up that. Go ahead and hit him with that. Wow, that's some juicy damage. Wow, that thing was ripped, man. Okay. Thought I saw another wound on his head there. There's a couple, actually. He's just moving so fast. I see one on his leg. There's like 2 of them that are exposed. This is probably where, honestly, it would probably be beneficial for me to switch over to light bowgun, honestly, and target those spots, but I just do it manually. It's fine. That was some pretty juicy damage. He probably dropped another one of those body parts. He dropped 2 of them. Let's go and pick one up. Let's see if we can hit him with it on the way out. Yes. Oh, did it hit him? Or have I winged him? Usually you get one of each. Usually you get a heavy piercing pod and a heavy slicing pod, one of each. So I can't carry them because one will replace the other. So what I typically do is I try to shoot him as fast as I can with one, even though it's kind of like a waste. Usually he gets away, but that's okay. So he's going over to his La La Barina den to hang out, and we're gonna knock him down and keep wailing on him. See another wound there. I'm gonna go break that. I'll do some shield bashes on this one. That hard bash at the end does some really, really nice stun damage. Let's see, he's gonna... Oh, I missed! Oh, what a wasted shot. I really thought he was gonna walk into that, and I just shot... There's probably like 400 damage I left on the table. That was lame. That's okay. I mean, that was another pretty quick fight. So, I've gotten to the point where, like, really anything below... I mean HR 50, like... I've gotten to the point now where anything below, like... 40 is honestly trivial. But that's okay. We're just crushing through these. I guess we'll knock them all out. I was planning on streaming for about an hour. I've been streaming for 21 minutes, and I've already taken out 2 of these guys, which is okay. So while we're here, we might as well pick up, what is this, the remains? There's some bone pile. Never hurts to have some bones. But yeah, I'm not even gonna have to go back and eat again. I'm not even gonna reload up. I'm just gonna grab the next quest and keep going. Just knock all 3 out and get them done. Monster Broth's a pretty nice rare drop, I feel like. And like 2 hunter symbols. As I was saying, I need plenty of hunter symbols in order to finish out my last little bit of upgrades there. The one nice thing, though, I will definitely say about the weekly quests is they are very generous with jewels, which I love. And it's nice because I'm basically storking them until I can get guaranteed drop 3s with HR 100. Let me go and claim my rewards. I don't think I did that yet. Some potions and yeah, whatever. Give me all this stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and knock out the 3rd one, and then yeah, we'll see where we get. So we are now looking at the Sand Scarred Soul, which is the Shagama. I think those guys are pretty weak to fire. Okay. I'm storking my lucky vouchers for something that matters. Probably for my Arkveld hunts. I'll probably start really like grinding those out. Probably tonight after I finish with this stream. I'll probably go upstairs and play a little more on the Pro. Listen to some of my sweet, sweet 80s music and just jam out a little bit. Since I got... this was pretty successful today. Alright, let's go ahead and... let's go ahead and hit the road and see what we got.
Wow, what a view!
So... anything good on the way? I'm looking at the mini-map here. I'll go ahead and pick up these thorn grass pods. I don't think I'm going to need them, but sometimes monsters... I think every monster has the mechanic to grab you, and then you can basically slinger them in the face to like have them drop you. I don't remember if I'm trying to think if I've ever gotten caught by him with that. But it's nice to have slingers just in the background in case you need them. I probably won't use them. So we start off with the world famous sneak attack. Never saw it coming. Start hitting him in the butt, and we're gonna go to work. Now I'm gonna try to get his attacks are definitely much more telegraphed than other monsters. As I say that, as I get knocked on my ass. I'm going to try to get a clash with him if I get a clash for you guys. So clashes are basically, I got a perfect parry a bunch of times. Oh, that was not a perfect parry. Or dodge. There is a hidden meter in their health that basically, once that meter is met, you auto clash. I have never, even in high tier fights, I've never clashed more than once with any enemy. Man, I'm really blowing these attacks. I jinxed myself, I'm telling you, because I said, oh, it's super easy to do. I'm gonna take, yeah, give me a heal. Let me start this over, Chloe. Come here. Give me a heal, will you? All right, let's try this again. I just got done telling you how there we go. I was just getting done saying how easy his attacks are to telegraph, and I get my ass kicked for like 2 minutes. He might look angry, but so do I. Well, you can't tell because I'm wearing a helmet, but I'm definitely angry right now. There we go. There we go, we got our clash. Stab him in the face 3 or 4 times, and then we'll go ahead and finish up with, what do you want to do? We'll do a charge chop on him. And I think that broke his wound. It did. Nice. I like that on this particular enemy, especially with the terrain, I like that he kind of digs into the sand a little bit. I like that. I think that's such a cool look. Like he's basically trenching out part of the map that you fight in. There we go. Jumped on board. Let's go and hold on. And let's try to break his, let's try to get a wound open here. There we go. We got his wound open, and we'll go ahead and go straight into the finisher. I used to ride them longer, but I realized I was doing such low damage to them that it was actually better off to just fight them normally. Just get on the ground and just wail on them. It was like, because I was like, oh, I'm going to ride him and do a bunch of damage. But once you get that initial wound open, there's really no reason to, like, stay. Because you're just going to do that finisher. And usually if you get, like, kind of aggressive on the... If you get kind of aggressive on, like, winning when you want to do... I'm going to try to kill him right now. I'm not going to let him go anywhere. He might knock you off. So I've had times where I'm like, I was on top of him, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep hitting him. I'm watching my stamina meter, and then they do this kind of like uninterruptible attack and just blows you off the back. I'm like, well, that was dumb. Now I just gave up like some really nice critical damage. I'm going to call my Sacred. I'm going to switch over, and I'm going to try to shoot him. Get the gun low. Come on, get your gun out, dude. I'm going to try to pop that. I'm so bad at this. God. I think he's going to go in this water here. There's a Vigor Wasp over here. And that's why I don't typically use that gun, because I'm horrible with it, and it's embarrassing. But one time, I think this gave me this kind of, this false confidence. This one time, I was successful, and I knocked an enemy who was running away. And I thought that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, so it can happen. Like, there is a chance that I can, like, hit this guy when he's running away, and then he falls down. And I'm like, you're not, you know, I'm not leaving yet. You're going to stay, and we're going to fight. And then he got away. Pretty much every other time except for once. So I feel like I could recreate that, but I keep forgetting that in this game you can use items with the sword and shield equipped, and in every other weapon you have to basically equip it. So when I get on my mount, you'll notice I actually use 2 Thorngrass pods. Here, I'm going to try it again. Be mindful of it this time. Where's my Sacred? Okay, let me get on here. I got to equip my gun first, and I could shoot it. If I don't equip my gun, it doesn't work. Oh, you're out of range. Come on, let's get up there and hunt them. Full speed, baby. I think he's got some... Oh, that's a nasty sandstorm. Oh, see, I did it again. There we go. Do we have a... Okay, I'll go down there and fight him. Let me go and just switch off. He just literally jumped into... Did you see that? Alright, so he took some serious damage because he fell into the pit. I don't know where he went, though. There he is in his back. No, that's not him. Where did my hunt go? What? I'm so confused. He's like still... Oh, he's way under the map. Okay, hold on. I gotta open the mini map and find him. Yeah, he okay, so he Alright, so the map is layered in such a way that the top, he can go through the bottom and like basically pop out an underground chasm, but he took a lot of damage before he went. I'm not really sure why, but he took 440 damage. I'm guessing because there's another monster under there and there was a little bit of a turf war before he dropped. That was one of those like I've never seen that before type things. Yeah, it's right up here. So normally he drops through like right in that hole right there, and then he's down here to fight. I'm not really sure how that happened, but whatever. Anyways, I was gonna use a trap and capture him, but honestly, I'll just go ahead and finish him off because I don't want to waste a trap on him. There's really nothing I need from him. Man, that was... I was trying to block, and he was like intentionally attacking like left and right of me. Like I'm like, hit me. But he was doing like the like reverse Neo, where he was like gonna swing at me, and then he like moved out of the way. Like 3 or 4 times. It was pretty silly. I don't think there's anything else to grab. I think there's I'll grab the fossil over here. Just for some points. I think there's a whole cave of them actually down here. I'll grab as many as I can before time runs out. Let's grab all these exquisite fossils. This is what leads down to the underground part where you would go for a swim. But I'll grab what I can really quick. Can I get like 1 or 2 more? Little on rails swimmer part. I don't think I'm gonna make it in time. Oh well. We're gonna end the quest under the water, like 50 feet away from him. There's one there. Can I grab it? Nope. Quest complete. It's not a big deal. I've been here a zillion times to farm it, but I was like, oh, I'm here. I'll grab it. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. And then, yeah, like I said, usually you get a decent amount of gems. That wasn't as many as I wanted. What am I doing on time? 30 minutes. I did all 3 of the missions. I could farm for the other one. You know, I'll pick a random high-level quest. We'll see if anybody needs help on an SOS or something, and then I'll wrap up. I'm still good on food. I don't really need to eat or anything. I'm good. We're just going to keep on rolling. Let's see what we got here. I don't even know. What's everybody got going on quest-wise out in the world? Let's see what other people are up to. Ray Dow is always fun to kill. He just started a minute ago. He's doing a 200. These are going to be longer. He's doing the La Labarine. I just did that. I haven't done an alpha in a while. Oh, it's a 1-star though. Never mind. Alright, I'm going to give this guy a hand. HR 41 or higher. Let's go ahead and do that. Probably could have eaten before I left, but that's okay. We like to live on the edge. And then I'll probably do some housekeeping quests later. I need to do some of the hunting, finish up some of the Palico quests, and pick up some of the... there's still a couple side quests I need to knock out. Alright, let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of stamina. Let's go ahead and eat a ration here while we're riding over. Starting to fall off a little bit. That's okay.
The terrain here looks like a natural trap.
And we'll go ahead and give this dude a hand. And then this one will probably be a little more intense in the sense that, like, I can't basically just face roll through it. I'm going to actually have to, like, play a little bit more, but we'll be alright. Looks like he's got just him and his Palico, and then me and my Palico. The dream team. Did he even start fighting this yet? I I didn't even see. Oh, there he is. No, that's her. I mean, this is kind of this dude's quest, but he's like not here. I was looking around and I didn't even get my sneak attack. But whatever, we'll get started. If he wants to show up, that'd be cool. I mean, it's his quest after all. I don't know. Unless this is like the third phase. No, he's only 1 minute in. I don't know. There he is. I see him now. It's like, what are you doing here? So, with these kind of quests, with the bigger ones, because you're getting into like, I don't want to say one-shot kill potential. I need to be doing orange damage though. We'll work on his tail. Since we're getting into, man, I wish I had a longsword. Kind of like a swing. Look at this, swinging at nothing. All right, give me your head. Let me hit you, dude. Stand still. I mean, like, either fight me or just be in a position where I can hit you. If you want to just stand there like an idiot, that's fine. But don't stand there an idiot, like, right out of arm's reach. That's annoying. There we go. Alright, so the one thing I dislike about Hammer, particularly, and one of the things I dislike about playing in a group, his attack is interrupting my attack. So what you're seeing is me basically hitting once or twice and then having to stop because his hammer is hitting me, which is really stupid. That's one of my biggest like pet peeves about online, is that specifically, because I didn't see the monster drop anything. Somebody mounted? Wow, nice. So yeah, the interruptible attack is kind of annoying. Get down here and fight me. This is so annoying. Look at this thing. Just swinging at the air, waiting for the hitbox. There we go. Getting some good damage on the tail. Uninterrupted damage, I should say. Especially with the Hammer Bros. I'd like to stand in the front and kind of do some more shields and working on those counters, but really, like, with the amount of interrupts I've had, it's kind of messing up my timing. I mean, when I'm in the back here and I'm just on, when I'm not swinging at the air and I'm actually able to hit this dude, I'm getting some good value in on my hits, which is what I want. But when I'm in the front, I keep getting interrupted. That's kind of ruining my flow. Well, there goes that guy. That guy just ate his shit sandwich. I thought for a second I saw that circle. I'm like, can I loot him? That'd be so funny. It's like Monster Hunter meets like Mad Max or the Purge. Like, well, this guy was hunting, but now he's dead. Might as well take his shit. Alright, we're gonna work back on this tail again. I don't feel bad that that guy died, because I think he was the guy that was interrupting me with his hammer. But, you know, it just goes to show it's one of those things, like, you can tell when enemies are going to do, like, serious attacks, because they all have a tell. And you kind of learn it when you play a lot, you know? I'm not picking on this guy. I've died a lot. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I'm a pro. I'm definitely not a pro. But, like, that is a pretty, like, what he was doing was a pretty... You could tell he was posturing, so like the fact that he was standing in front of him, like, you're a brave dude. Just looking for that perfect lightning damage, I guess. I don't know. But I think it also goes just to like situational awareness of, like, you know, the monster is telling you a story as like you're fighting it, like based on if he's slobbering and based on if he's like moving and kind of what, you know. There we go. You know, like you can tell kind of what they're doing. And I think people get attack happy, and it's not a race. I mean, I would much rather, at this point in my like journey in this game. I don't really care about the money anymore or anything. I'm just gonna hunt for specific parts. Like I'm gonna hunt Arkvold for like 2 weeks now to get enough stuff to kit out. And I'll probably solo it, and I'm sure because it's the last monster now, you're gonna have a lot of people who want to join, and that's fine. I don't care about the money or anything. I don't need any Zenny. I don't need any of the guild points. I'm fine and all that, but it's like, don't die just for like an extra like 30 damage. Like that's just really stupid. Like just reposition yourself. If it doesn't feel right, leave and re-engage. Like call your sacred and go right away and come back. Like I don't understand a lot of these guys who just like they get attack happy. And they're like, well, you know, I gotta, you know, it's like you don't have to beat the monster in one hit, dude. Like it's okay. Like let him get away. Let him go off, and we'll reassess. And I think the downtime in this game is so much better than what we saw in Rise, definitely than in World, where you're running around for like 30 minutes fighting these guys, you know, getting in position. I mean, the Sacred helps a lot. Like I can basically sharpen my weapon and take potions and that kind of thing and get ready for combat. But even without that, like just riding, like, I mean, it's going to be another 30 seconds. We're going to be banging again. Like, I don't understand the people who get that aggressive, but whatever. Should be landing any second here. It's kind of like, it's in between these rocks. It's usually his resting spot. And I blew right past him. The other guy blew right past him, and now here we are. All right, let's get back to work on this tail. I don't think I'm doing enough damage to cut his tail off, because I'm not scoring enough hits on my spinning Reaper. I missed that last attack. Just usually because the hitbox is a little off, but I'm trying. I committed early that I was going for this tail, and I'm sticking to it, darn it. Probably do manual attacks on the tail. That would be a little better. There we go, that's a good one. Oh, he's a wiggle worm today. His tail's looking a little rough there in the back. There we go. Well, there you go. I mean, that's like probably, other than doing like 2 of those at once, like that's, I mean, I guess the Apex ones are probably a little harder, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in the game right now. So like, if any of my friends want to play with me, I will totally start a new, I will totally start something new, a new weapon. So at least that way we can, you know, not like crushing it at the beginning, but that was a lot of damage we put on that thing, and I missed a lot of attacks. You know, getting hit by the hammer, forcing me to go in the back. If I was playing solo, I'd be hitting him in the head, or at least in the face, or probably like that under his belly. That's usually where like the him or the Gravios. That's kind of where like I go for. But I was done tail duty, didn't even get the tail kill or the tail break, and you know, that's okay. So yeah, I'll take my rewards. I'll be happy. I had a special attack one time. Cool. How great. All right, well, that was fun. Man, I sure do love this game. God, I've been buying stuff for this game like crazy. Like, I just bought a bunch of shirts, a bunch of posters. I really feel like it was a major disservice on this game not to do a collector edition. I totally would have rocked that thing, but didn't go down that way. Although, honestly, thinking back to it, the collector edition for World was absolute booty. And, you know, that was unfortunate because I bought this statue and it was like the tiniest little thing. And I was like, wow. I thought I was getting this giant statue. Thing was like 4 inches tall. And I was like, that totally blows. But, yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap up for the night. And, you know, got a couple good hunts in. I don't think we got knocked at all. I mean, could I have done better? Yes. But, I mean, that's kind of how this works, you know? So I have a couple more guides coming out next week. And then I'll be talking about endgame customization. I've seen a lot of misinformation on the forums on how jewels work and how to min-max those. And I know a lot of people say the game is too easy right now and there's not a lot of a challenge. They will patch it. There will be more. They'll do more monsters, more challenge. I mean, it's only been out for a couple weeks, you know. Us hardcore people logging a zillion hours. How many hours am I in this game? Well, actually, it's only going to show me from this PlayStation, I think. Yeah, 44 from this PlayStation. It's like another like 60 from the PlayStation upstairs, or 70. Like easily over 100 hours now in just collecting and theory crafting. But it's good to build those habits now, I think, and it's good to understand kind of how that works now so that later on you'll be ready. Because right now a little bit of attack doesn't make a whole big difference, but later on it absolutely will. So that'll wrap up today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. 0 comments in the chat. I can only imagine there's 1,000 people online biting their tongue wanting to say something, but that's okay. I had fun. For those of you who made it to the end, thank you for your support. I love you very much. For everybody who didn't make it to the end, you'll never see it, so you won't know I hate your guts. Just kidding. Thanks again, guys. Take care of yourselves, and that's all. I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Bye for now.